The following is not a confirmation of the identity nor the location of Raxxla. This video is made using items from the Darkwheel novel and other non-elite content to form speculation on the topic that is Raxxla. If you are offended by speculation, monologues, people discussing Raxxla, or discussing the Darkwheel, then go watch something else. In the early days of Elite Dangerous's release, one of the first clues to the existence of the Raxxla mystery within the current iteration of the franchise was a group that existed within the Shinrata Desra system, known as the Darkwheel. One part of the whole riddle to do with Raxxla, the Darkwheel and the mysteries containing within the game was the S.A.P Eight containers. These enigmatic objects are found in military courier vessels, mainly hailing for the Darkwheel organisation, and usually come with other items for which I will delve into later on in the video. The in-game description of the S.A.P Eight containers is as follows. This container holds a crystalline shard of unknown origin. Scans indicate that a foot-long shard is suspended inside a modified, self-sustaining fusion core containment field. Any breach in the field will result in the container's destruction. Little has been confirmed of these containers except this in-game description and where you can obtain them. In fact, for a time these objects were removed from the game, yet years later would return for unknown reasons. One thing is sure with them, they must have had some kind of purpose within the game, either with unlocking some permit or otherwise unaccessible area of space, or with some future interaction with the story of Elite Dangerous. Crystalline-based technology is traditionally associated with the Guardian race, and many people think that the S.A.P Eight containers have some connection with that race, but here's the thing. They are often found on Darkwheel ships, which of course is associated with Raxxla. They are often found with other items such as the banned Hafnium-178 and antimatter containment cores, which are also worth your attention. Hafnium is exceptional because of its extreme gamma ray emitting qualities, which in turn could be used as a terrible, world-ending weapon. Antimatter is even more deadly, with the potential to destroy entire stars. Other uses for antimatter, theoretically, are in the fields of propulsion and near infinite energy generation. In terms of the container itself, the S.A.P Eight, the word SAP could be some hint as to its contents. If you have not already equipped your tinfoil, please do so now for your own safety. There are two things I can find in terms of possible connection to the name of these objects themselves. Firstly, SAP could be short for sapience. The word sapience, meaning having great wisdom and discernment, is traditionally the definition of an intelligent person or life form. In real world terms, it usually implies a greater age that can be sometimes attached to intelligence. The longer the mind has been around and is still functioning as intended, the larger its library of knowledge may be. Another possible link to what is contained within the S.A.P Eight container is a Terry Pratchett link from the novel Discworld. Sapient Perwood was a tree and also what the luggage, along with the other luggages in interesting times, were made out of. It is almost extinct and its rarity and magical properties make it extremely valuable. The surviving trees are mostly located in some areas outside the Agatean Empire or the Counterweight continent. It survives most commonly in places where there is a large amount of raw untapped magic. The luggage, a large multi-dimensional chest made of the same kind of wood, has certain characteristics that could pertain to either its magical properties or the sapient Perwood itself. The ability of movement through dozens of human feet protruding from the bottom of the chest, quasi-intelligence, self-awareness, and the knowledge of its surroundings spanning across hundreds of possible pocket dimensions. Numerology is the science of numbers. This is not to be confused with mathematics, but instead means to investigate the spiritual, magical, or even psychological meaning of numbers. Numerology on Discworld differs greatly from numerology on Earth or Roundworld, as it is sometimes called. On Earth, numbers such as 3 or 7 have a special meaning in many cultures. This is not the case in Discworld, where the most prominent number is 8. In Terry Pratchett's Discworld, the number 8 has many special significances, such as the 8-day week, the colour octarine, special 8 suns that often have magical abilities, and so on. When writing a story or creating a universe within a game, authors often add influencing content within their own material. This is often a nod or tipping of the hat to the influencer, as though to show love for their content. When crafting storylines, when the author has a theme in mind for a particular story chain, they may look back at literature from their past as to leave a hint to their own viewer, reader, or player. S.A.P Eight may be one of these kinds of clues to at least a hint at what we are to expect. It is my own personal belief that the S.A.P Eight containers hold some kind of old wisdom within a crystalline storage device, and the Dark Wheel, amongst others, are using them for some unknown purpose. As I have said in my many other videos, these are merely my own musings, and I have no shame in them being proven wrong. I fully welcome people on the channel in the comment section to constructively disagree or elaborate on their current thoughts. Exploring all possible roads is what is going to get us to Raxxla. Let's hear from another prominent theorist within Elite Dangerous, one who had discovered many of the original Guardian sites within the Milky Way, and his content had influenced me to first venture out on this road. What do you think, Guru?
As for what S.A.P Eights are, we really don't have a very good idea, do we? Crystals, as far as I'm aware, can hold data. Think of quartz and computers. What is the data, if it is data? Considering the Guardian's use of crystals, could they be related to this? Or is this something completely different? In regards to the Dark Wheel missions being removed, well, it's just a shame. We know that the S.A.P Eight core was involved in the 4th of the 6 original Dark Wheel missions. The mission, Discrete Redistribution Agent Desired, required the pilot to be elite ranked, and the directive stated that you'd need to steal them from Dark Wheel ships. The mission-giving factions and the destinations to trade them were many. We know that S.A.P Eight, hafnium, and even antimatter containment units can be stolen from military convoys, but we also know that they can be found in military installations such as the Oracle in Delphi and LFT 926 plainly named military installation, though I believe there are more than just 2 of these locations. Why are militaries collecting and transporting them? When it comes to the mission's removal, it seems to myself, and many others, that maybe FDev had felt they were prematurely implemented? And maybe they were removed for this reason. However, I am curious if their removal was expected and intended, and that the mission names themselves were a clue to something more. When it comes to the usefulness of things like this, and hafnium 178, and antimatter containment units, we are either collectively missing a large piece of the puzzle, or they're just useless on our end, outside of a roleplay perspective. Maybe, once again, it's just a matter of technical or storyline related development on FDev's end. Thanks for having me, and thanks for seeking me out.
As we see with the Fargoids and the top echelons of human society, these 2 rival groups seem to be looking for something. Could that something be found with the help of some fragment of the Guardian machine mind, encased in a protective shell that, when compromised, destroys everything contained within? Could the other items that are often found in tandem to the S.A.P Eight hold further clues to what it is exactly these private and often violent groups are looking for? I welcome your own thoughts on this subject in the comments section below. For further content from Guru himself, why don't you go and click on the link above and have a look at some of his, simply put, brilliant theories and thoughts. If you like this channel, you're going to love his. Thank you for the watch. Please make sure that if you like this video to hit the like button below, and if you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel in order to get more content. I would like to thank Captain Thea Kreutzer for choosing to support the channel through Ko-fi. I would also like to welcome the first official member of the channel, David Gates. Donations massively help with the cost of licensing and I cannot thank you enough, all of the donators. I have set up a members section for those of you who wish to officially support the channel. Included within this membership is extended versions of all my future content, including this video, early releases of the videos, classified releases, and a monthly AMA discussion where you can have your say on the future of the channel. Follow the membership options below if this is your thing. Until next time, Commanders, 07.